Well, the discussions have been going on for weeks, months, years. Now we are right there at Election Day, and that means that political discussions are still taking place everywhere right until 7 p.m., maybe even farther, including the office water cooler. That's going to happen throughout the day. Randy McDermott is with staffing firm Robert Half, and he's joining us this morning with a little perspective on how to handle those political conversations that take place during the workday. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
And you just can't get away from it, even sometimes, even if you want to, because people just sit there and they want to know what you think. So in addition to the obvious, which may be, some friction among coworkers, too much working and not enough, or too much talking, not enough working, what are some things that happen? What are some of the problems when you discuss politics around the water cooler or your cubicle?
Well, I think it is partly the obvious. I mean, obviously there's very wide points of view in today's world.
Right.
People tend to skew one way or the other. That does create workplace conflict. It could create issues amongst coworkers. It's a challenging environment with the social media and news and everything. It seems like it's in your face every day. So to carry that over into the workplace could, like you say, get in the way of actually doing work.
Right. Is there any group that is more likely to get involved in some heated conversations?
We find that younger people have a tendency to be a little bit more involved simply because, again, they're a little bit more wired into the social media networks and things of that nature. But in addition, we have noticed that some tried and true people that have been working for a long time had very strong opinions and very strong feelings in regards to politics, and that leads to that water cooler talk that can be so decisive.
Do you think it's more prevalent now than it was 4 years ago, 8 years ago?
Well, I think that this particular race has really brought out a number of feelings amongst Americans. I guess most of the people are voting for other candidates because they dislike a candidate, as opposed to maybe a few years ago or years past, you voted for somebody because you liked the way they stood or the way they, things they stood for and things of that nature. So I think now we have even a more divisive type situation on our hands.
So how do you get away from it and not get involved in the office politics talk?
Yeah, I think the easiest way to do it might be challenging, but I do think the easiest way is, hey, everybody's vote is confidential. That's why they have voting booths and voting machines. You go in, and I say to my people and I say to people that I work with, my vote is between me and my voting machine, and that's the way I'd like to keep it.
It's that simple. You got to do it sometimes. If they're so brazen to ask you, you just fire right back at them and say, it's between me and the poll booth. That's it. Just fill it out and it's all yours. All right, thank you. It's been a pleasure. All right,
Appreciate
we'll see what
it very
happens.
much.
See what happens at the polls tonight.
Big fireworks.
Don't discuss it too much at the office, okay?